So that's great to have the skill, the extra skill, but we have to couple that with leadership qualities, with wise leadership qualities. And one of those is going to be to understand that you're going to be least patient with people who are not good in the areas that you are naturally gifted at. We must understand that. Number two, anger can come, and most often comes from having goals that are blocked. If somebody's blocking my goal, often I might even be trying to back out of the driveway and traffic's coming up and down the street. Well, my goal is to get out in traffic, and I might have a little attitude with all this traffic that's coming and blocking my goal. And if other people get in our way, often we can become angry towards them. So for the leader, the best interest of the people is the goal. It's not just accomplishing those objectives, organizational objectives. The wise leader understands that the more importance and care he places on the people, the better they're going to perform and the better they're going to be able to accomplish the goals. But if that's reversed, and if the goals are made the thing of chief importance, and then the people are devalued, or they get angry or impatient with them when they're not measuring up, then you've got problems. Now you've got problems on the team. You're going to end up with poor morale, low productivity, turnover. You're going to end up with things that you do not want as a leader. Number three, the leader knows the conditions and the needs of their team, of their people, and provides the appropriate resources. He knows where they're at. He's not just living, or she just living in an ivory tower with their head in the clouds with all of these visions of what's going to get happened. No, they know what's happening with all the team beneath them. They know what's needed. They know what they can realistically accomplish with the resources they have. They know what extra resources or trainings or opportunities need to be provided, and they're providing the appropriate resources. They know the conditions and the needs, and they provide the appropriate resources. Like I said earlier, responsibility without resources is exasperating. If you want to exasperate your team, give them responsibility for things that they do not have the resources to accomplish, and you'll exasperate them and cause all kinds of problems. But the converse is also true. If you get to know them, what their needs are, and you provide for those resources, you're going to have a loyal and dedicated team. Number four, a leader knows the threats to the team. They listen and they address them openly and directly. They're open. They have an open door. They actually in meetings. Okay, what are the threats right now? What are the difficulties we're facing? What do we need? Here's from the team, and then responds accordingly. Number five, a leader knows the members of the team and cares for them like family. They know who they are. They know their contribution. They recognize the contribution that they make to the team. They know their names. I've heard that the CEO of Costco, actually, sometimes he'll go and drive along with the truck drivers just to get to know them, find out. Not to evaluate them or be hard or criticize them, but just to get to know them and let them know how much they're appreciated. What a wonderful thing to do. They communicate to their team members the value that they're bringing to other people. Every person needs to know that what they're doing, every contribution they make, makes a difference to somebody. And leaders let them know that. They communicate that, hey, this is what you're doing. This is when we got this letter from Miss So-and-so saying, how important and how much it meant to her, the way you did the job and the service you provided for her. Or even if they're not getting feedback from the customers, they're letting them know. They're reminding them, hey, what you're doing makes a difference. We know who you are. We recognize you, and we know what you're doing makes a difference. And then they give them feedback on what they're doing well and areas they can improve in too. So they're constantly nurturing them and towards greater growth and greater fulfillment of their potential. Number six, the leaders are affectionately desirous of the best interest of their people. They love the people. They really love them. They appreciate what they're bringing to the team. And it's not just because they're benefiting the team. They actually care for them as individuals. They know their families. They might know their pets. They know the kids. They come to company events and interact with them. I've known a lot of people who thought they were leaders and didn't have to attend those lowly company events. Well, that gives a really clear message that you really don't care about the people very much. If you come to there and participate, chat with them in elevators and come out at lunch and meet with, take those opportunities to let them know that they matter to you. It's funny, when I looked up this affection there, a wrong definition online had been attributed to it. And what it actually said was a violent storm accompanied by high wind with thunder and lightning. That would be funny if it weren't so often true that that's how leadership comes across. They don't come across as affectionate to people and wanting to build them up. They come across as a violent storm accompanied by high wind with thunder and lightning. I thought that was funny. because it's such the opposite of what it really should be. Number 7, no ivory towers. Leaders live with those they love and lead. They come down from the ivory tower and they share their lives. It's like, hey, we're in this together. I'm not just up here living my luxurious life while you slave away to make it possible for me. No, we're doing something meaningful. We're benefiting other people. We're working on this together. We're in this together, and you matter to me. I'm going to share my life with you. We're going to share our lives together. Number 8, the heart is totally engaged for their well-being. Again, some of these are similar, but they really care about the well-being of their people. Even like a good shepherd cares for the well-being of their sheep. And we're even told that the good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. They care for the well-being of their people. Number 9, they have a deep desire for their success. They want them to succeed. They want to help them have a mindset that can succeed and to understand their strengths and to create opportunities for them and to provide them with resources that will help them grow and help them continually grow towards their potential. And they're not afraid to promote them up. They're not threatened by that. They want others to get good, to even take over some of the responsibilities that they're doing. So then their time's freed up to come alongside in an advisory capacity, in a nurturing capacity, and in a building capacity. And they're looking for people who can take on greater responsibility and roles and get promoted and move farther up and then have greater influence on others. Number 10, they're willing to give up something for others, and this creates oneness. When we see somebody give something up of their own for us, it really creates a oneness. In the gospel, we look at God and we see what he gave up. I often teach that I can tell how valuable anything is to anybody by what they're willing to give up for it. And in the same way, I can tell how valuable I am to God by what he was willing to give up.
Jeff will be back shortly to wrap up today's message. This is Gabriela, still on the scene today with Talk Network Radio. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Empowered Living with Jeff Byrd. If you've missed any part of today's message, you can hear it again online, as well as the entire archive of Empowered Living at www.talknetworkradio.com. or search keyword #Empowered Living. We would like to acknowledge our music partners, Sound Ideas for Corporate to the Max and Kevin MacLeod for Airport Lounge. Any scriptures read during this broadcast are from the New American Standard Version of the Holy Bible. If you would like to learn more about Jeffrey Byrd Coaching, visit www.jeffbyrdcoaching.com. That is JEFFBYRD coaching.com. Do a Facebook search for @CoachingRocks or drop Jeff a line at jeff@jeffbyrdcoaching.com. Again, JEFFBYRD coaching.com. Let Jeff's Coaching Rocks be the building blocks of your empowered success. Now, let's go back to Jeff for the rest of today's message.
What we give up for other people, when we see a leader sacrificing, we know that we matter to them. I once had worked for the company owner, and we had some difficult times, and she actually didn't take salary for quite a while, didn't take any salary. Actually had to put her house up to keep us going. And that let me know, hey, we matter. We matter. That spoke a very strong statement to us of how much we mattered because of what they gave up, the law of sacrifice. And the last thing, number 11, is attentiveness to conditions and making proper adjustments quickly. We're told, there's a proverb that says, give heed to the condition of your flock, for riches are not forever, neither does a crown endure to all generations. We need to constantly be attentive to the condition, to get the feedback, to open up those channels of communication, and then to respond appropriately to meet the needs of those under our care. So these things, from looking at the lives of David and Paul and God himself and how much he cares about the people. God even says, I've engraved you on the palms of my hands. Doesn't get much more one than that, or much more caring. And so as we look on these things and see these examples of these tremendous leaders in Scripture, we see a lot of principles that can apply today. I hope that as you dwell on them, that you can see application in the lives of anybody that you influence. Again, it doesn't have to be a position of leadership. It can be family, friends, community, and that you'll take away some good thoughts on how to improve and enhance your influence, your leadership in the lives of those that you love and that you care for. Thank you so much. This is Jeff Byrd with Jeffrey Byrd Coaching. This is Empowered Living. God bless you.